Other news at this hour, Democrats in the House of Representatives have formally introduced a resolution to impeach President Trump. That would be a second time. The single article charges Trump with incitement of insurrection. The article refers to the president's inflammatory speech last Wednesday before his supporters launched a violent and deadly attack on the U.S. Capitol. It also points to his false claims that he won the election. Democrats will vote on a resolution tomorrow that would give Vice President Pence 24 hours to, with the majority of the cabinet, invoke the 25th Amendment to remove President Trump. Failing that, the House would vote for impeachment on Tuesday, more likely Wednesday. Let's go live to Action News reporter Eddie McCormick on Independence Mall. Eddie, you have been talking to lawmakers from this area by and large. What are they saying?
Well, Jim, some Democratic lawmakers that we talked to say that Trump should have been impeached the first time around. But it's interesting within the GOP, for those lawmakers here that represent us in Washington, there is a split, with one prominent senator saying that Trump should resign immediately and a congressman saying he should actually be able to fulfill his term.
I never thought he was fit to be president of the United States.
Democratic Congressman Dwight Evans, who represents the 3rd District, where our nation was born, says President Donald Trump must go.
He is very dangerous to Americans. He could do something else that could be very dangerous. He could do something with the military. He is, as the speaker said, he is unhinged.
Democratic Pennsylvania Congresswoman CHRISSY HOULAHAN says an impeachment will send a message to the public.
This democracy will prevail and that the people will not tolerate this behavior.
The president's behavior after the election was wildly different than his behavior before. He descended into a level of madness.
Republican Senator Pat Toomey feels Trump should resign, but he feels there's not enough time for an impeachment. Not all Pennsylvania Republicans agree, like Congressman Dan MEUSER, who represents the 9th District. The congressman was one of the last members to run off the floor after trying to keep rioters out, and he condemns the violence.
We and the police officer, we thought we were being shot at.
He voted against certifying Pennsylvania electors, saying the state's highest court unlawfully extended the deadline for absentee and mail-in ballots. He does not support the president's resignation or an impeachment, but does agree Biden is rightfully the president-elect.
President Trump is leaving the White House in 9 days. For us now to engage in something that is more about messaging and more about vindictiveness than it is the end result